I am by no means a specialist in onion soup. I've had the onion soup many times, so I have a few tips. The rumor says that Bofinger has one of the best onion soups in town. And I'm gonna try to cook it. Made with bread. So let's see if we can make an onion soup out of this. Hopefully a decent one. Like this. Here, marrow bone. Skank.
This is French onion soup, exactly the same kind you get if you were in Paris, France, and you can make it yourself.
I am by no means a specialist in onion soup, but like with most of my other videos, now I am going out to find out about it. I've had the onion soup many times, but I haven't learned so much about it. So now I'm going to really make a test and try to find a few of the absolute most famous or most known places for having a really good one. And I'm going to visit them, and then I'm going to buy the ingredients myself. And I'm going to try to cook it. I've made many soups and many gratins, but I've never made a gratinated onion soup. So let's see how that turns out. Of all the restaurants in Paris, Au Pied de Cochon, the pig's foot, is one of the most closely tied to gratinated onion soup. And so the cool thing about this place is that the kitchen is actually open until 5 in the morning. Several sources even claim that it was here the dish was invented. The workers of Les Halles, the old central market, needed something warm and filling to eat, and there were plenty of scraps from the meat trade to make enormous batches of broth. The soup here, at least on the day I tried it, has a very mild broth, but with a clear onion flavor. Clear extra points for the high-quality Emmental cheese. Great cheese. We now move to a completely different atmosphere and visit Le Marché des Enfants Rouges. Les Enfants de Marché. Fantastic onion soup. A little different take, though. Not cheese gratinated, actually. Inside the oldest covered market in Paris, we find a street food stand called Les Enfants de Marché. Their onion soup is a little different. It lacks both the traditional floating croutons and the cheese topping. Instead, it's covered with a layer of puff pastry, which is baked in the oven before serving. Inside, we find a rich onion soup with a stock that still holds delicious chunks of beef. This is a small, lively kitchen where the menu shifts constantly, driven by what's fresh and available that day. Now we are at the legendary Bofinger, and In 1846, Frédéric Bowfinger from Alsace opened this place. Well, you see it looks enormous right now. It was just a small, tiny place at the time when he opened it. So what they say is so special about it, or was so special about it at the time, is that this was the first place that served beer on a tap. And people even brought their own jugs to fill up. So it was really just a beer bar. And then later it turned into a brasserie. I think it was in between 1911 and 1920 that it was turned into this big place that it is now, with the amazing decor inside. The rumor has it that Brasari Bowfinger serves the best onion soup in town, and in a magnificent atmosphere. The stock of the soup has a very deep, rich flavor, but not with a very strong onion character. The most surprising feature is that it's topped with Münster instead of the traditional Gruyère or Emmental. We are at Le Bon Marché, one of the largest and oldest department stores in Paris. And more specifically, a part of the Bon Marché called La Grande Épicerie, which is right behind me here. And let's see if we can find some good ingredients for the onion soup. So here, for sure, the main ingredient. Quality fresh onions is of course important, and a bit of thyme and laurel for the stock. About half to a bottle of wine goes into the stock. I choose white, and for the cheese topping I choose a Comté instead of the traditional ones. I love Comté. The butter section of La Grande Épicerie is a pretty amazing experience. There are rows and rows of different handmade butters from producers all over France, especially from the major butter regions of Normandy and Brittany. I choose a butter from a maker in Normandy, and I think it's important to choose a good butter because the onions will be fried purely in butter, and that will give much of the flavor to the soup. In many countries, butter is just butter, not in France. Here, butter is a full-fledged art form of its own. So, got the stuff. Let's go cook. And of course, very important, made with bread. Here we have the ingredients that I bought today. We have a skank like this with a marrow bone, and then we have some marrow bones of beef for the stock. We have the onions, of course, very important. Some good bread, celery, I found a bell pepper in the fridge that I'm going to use. This is a navet. It's, I think, called a turnip in English. A turnip. Carrots, some leeks, and this wonderful comté piece for the gratination for the top. All right, let's go. Potato puree. So these bones, they go on here. I'll pop that in the oven. The purpose of roasting the bones is to trigger the Maillard reaction, creating those deep browned flavors. And now the question is, am I using a too small pot or did I just put too much in it? The stock should preferably be done the day before. A good 8 hours of simmering is nice. So I choose to cut the onion once this way, and then this, like this. So it becomes like little pieces like this, sort of stringy and not cubes. I had this pinkish Roscoff onion lying around in my kitchen, so I thought, why not add it? They're very mild, so I mean, it's just fun. Then I sieve the stock over the butter-fried onions and let it cook together. I use a quality bread for the croutons, and I toast them or roast them in the oven pretty hard. If you don't roast them, I mean, they're going under the surface of the soup. And if you don't roast them, they completely dissolve into goo, which is not nice. It's tradition to have little pieces of cheese hanging over the edge of the cups so that they form this decorative pattern. I'm not going to rank the soups in this video. They were all really good in different ways. And I have to say, my own didn't turn out that bad either.